Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TTV News broadcast on Tay Ninh radio and television station. And now we come into details. Following the Prime Minister's direction, the BC COVID application was officially built on the basis of updated Blue Zone application. This is the official and only application that the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control launches nationwide.
In order to maximize the features and effectiveness of the application in the prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Tay Ninh Provincial People's Committee has set a target of 100% of cadre civil servants and public employees in agencies, units, and in localities, together with 80% of people in the province installing and effectively using the PC COVID application to make medical declaration, generate and scan QR code. 100% of agencies, units, localities, and markets, supermarkets, medical facilities, business establishments, religious facilities, businesses, etc. are required to implement the registration and use of QR codes to control people coming in and out. Households in the province are encouraged to register and use QR codes to control people entering and exiting their own families. 100% of meetings, conferences, seminars, and events organized by agencies, units, and localities must apply registration and scan QR codes for guests and attendees. Along with installing and using the PC COVID application, people in the province are also encouraged to install Tay Ninh Smart application to use electronic utilities according to the province's pandemic prevention and control requirements.
Ladies and gentlemen, since the COVID-19 outbreak, the farmer unions of Tay Ninh province has actually mobilized sponsors to join hands in the fighting against the pandemic.
The total amount of food and medical supplies worth over 2 billion Vietnam dong is to support forces on duty to prevent and control COVID-19, households in blockade area, households in difficulty and affected by the pandemic. The Tay Ninh Provincial Farmers Unions also called on businesses sponsors to buy agricultural products, vegetables, and fruits of all kinds to support output for farmers in COVID-19 hit areas, such as buying Longan fruits for farmers in Human Châu district, vegetables and fruits in the village of Startup Youth based in Ninh commune of Châu Thành district, as well as other localities in need, thereby helping people and farmers union members to actively work, produce, develop the family economy, and gradually stabilize their lives. In the afternoon of October 8, 2021, deputies of the National Assembly Delegation of Tay Ninh Province had a meeting with voters of departments, agencies, unions, and social political organizations of the province. Deputy Head of the National Assembly Delegation of Tay Ninh Province, Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy, informed voters that the second session of the 5th National Assembly will take place between October 28 and November 13, 2021. The issue that voters who are representatives of departments, branches, armed forces, religious organizations, and businesses in the province are most concerned about is the expansion of the subjects prioritized for vaccination in the near future. The representative of the Tay Ninh Lawyers Association said that contacting the legal authorities faced many difficulties because of waiting for the results of the COVID-19 test, so the Provincial Lawyers Association proposed the National Assembly and localities to quickly support those working in the law sector in getting COVID-19 vaccination. At the meeting, the National Assembly deputies were briefed by representatives of the Provincial Department of Education and Training on the results of implementing online learning over the last time, as well as plans to support teachers and students in the province to adapt to this new learning method. The representative of the National Assembly Delegation of Tay Ninh Province answered questions from voters. The remaining comments will be synthesized by the delegation to be sent to the upcoming second session of the 15th National Assembly. Housing is one of the 19 criteria of the National Target Program on building new state rural areas. Currently, on 3 new state rural communes of Tay Ninh City meet this criterion. At present, 3 communes of Thanh Tân, Tân Bình, and Bình Minh no longer have temporary or dilapidated houses. According to the regulations, the communes meeting new state rural standards must reach the rate of 90% of households whose house meet the standards of the Ministry of Construction. After 10 years of implementing the National Target Program on building new state rural areas, the total number of households meeting the standards required by the Ministry of Construction in the 3 mentioned communes of Tay Ninh City is 6,443 houses, reaching over 98%, exceeding the rate prescribed by the criterion number 9 on housing.
Come to other news. According to the project, Tay Ninh province is planting over 1.1 million trees in the period of 2021-2025. Forestry selling of own kind will be allocated to organizations, households, and individuals wishing to plant scattered trees. The project aims to make full use of plant funds, create jobs, increase income for workers, contribute to poverty reductions, and reduce pressure on natural forests.
The total investment is expected to be more than 5.5 billion Vietnam dong, covered by the provincial budget. Organizations, households, and individuals in need will plant scattered trees on the area of land assigned by the provincial authorities. The project will be implemented in 5 years starting in 2021. Once completed, if the average survival rate is over 80%, there will be nearly 945,000 trees planted on the area of about 950 hectares of land. In addition, with the area of scattered trees annually, people plant themselves about 500,000 trees per year. After the project ends in 2025, about 3 million trees will be planted in the province, contributing to increasing the green cabbage coverage, enhancing protection, improving the landscape, ecological environment, biodiversity conservation.
Ladies and gentlemen, over the last time, Tay Ninh has implemented Resolution number 68 of the government and the provincial decision number 17 on supporting workers, freelancers, and some other specific subjects in difficulty due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The mentioned document not only closes follow the real situation to offer the synchronous support package of government and the province, but also show the humanity of the policies with the motto, "No one is left behind in pandemic."
The Standing Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Tay Ninh Province has issued a plan and directed the Fatherland Front Sub-District Towns and Tay Ninh City to coordinate with the Division of Labor, Invalid and Social Affairs, the People's Committee Sub-District Towns and City, to promptly grasp the list of subjects, disbursement progress, difficulties in the implementation process, to serve propaganda and supervision. This is very necessary to contribute to timely implementing the government support policies, promptly detecting shortcomings and limitations. On that basis, catching the legitimate ideas and aspirations of people and timely supporting them to the party committee and the government, motivating and encouraging the direct supervision of people in the community towards the implementation of support policies, upholding the responsibilities of the branch working committee, promoting the leading and coordinating role of the Vietnam Fatherland Front with socio-economic organizations and members of the front to effectively deploy supervision, ensuring objectivity, fairness, and responsibility. The Fatherland Front and world organizations participate in supervising the implementation of the Resolution number 68 to ensure transparency and thereby understand the lives of workers, to strongly mobilize sponsors, to support gifts and vegetables for families in need during the pandemic. The deployment of the central and local documents on policies to support employees and employers facing difficulties due to the COVID-19 is timely and widely publicized on the mass media. As a result, some localities have promptly disbursed funds to people in difficulty, especially ethnic minorities, who receive support from the Center Front and lottery ticket retailers. However, the review and listing requests for support, as well as publicizing the list, is still slow and difficult in some places, especially in localities with complicated epidemic situations, which must focus a lot on localizing contact tracing, as well as pandemic prevention and control. Through supervision, the role of the fatherland fronts from the province to the grassroots level and in residential areas has been promoted in joining forces to prevent and control COVID-19 pandemic, and localities also ensure that support policies reach the right people, thereby contributing to stabilizing people's lives.
That's all for today TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.